All right, guys, welcome back. Today is Monday, June 22nd, which means I've got like 5 days to get totally done for our parade. So right now I'm up here at the haunt and I'm about to base the trusses in black. So first I'm gonna base them in black, then I'm gonna sponge them with orange. That's gonna be our rusty texture for the parades. I can do a lot more later, and I probably will. Once I have them in place, I'll probably do more once they're here. But for now, for the parades and the fairs, orange paint will be enough. Once I have them here and they're not going to move again, I'll touch them up, put more stuff on them, more rust. But for now, we're gonna base them in black, and then we're gonna hit them with some orange, and then we'll see where we go from there. After that's done, I'm gonna work on the skull for the back wall. All right, so trusses are based in black. Now you'll see I didn't hit the whole inside, I didn't hit the whole back side, because I'm not going to sit here and spray a bunch of paint on this to get to the back side. So real quick, while I have the black out, I'm going to cut out my skull and stuff, because those need to be hit with black too. And then that's going to give me time to let these dry. Then I can transition to the orange, the white, everything else that's not black. All right, I got to head out of here, but I got the skull top and all the teeth cut out. I'll also cut out some eyebrows to go up there. And then I was just working on like basically the jaw that'll go up in there. And then with my other sheet of plywood, I'll do the backdrop, which is all orange and black. So yeah, it's coming along.
What's your name, sir?
Jose, hey, you gotta swing this.
All right, here we go. Oh, attention, Texas Roadhouse!
What a loser, dude.
Roadhouse over here today. We got Jose, turn 22, taking a round of applause. I need your loudest and proudest Texas size. Hee-haw, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yo, high five. Come on, dude. We're gonna pop your cherry tonight.
Yes.
All right, guys. So after I based these in black, I did the same dry brushing technique that I did on the church with the white. So I made sure all the brush strokes go this way. I don't know if that's with the grain or against. It looks like on a lot of it it's with, but it doesn't really matter. Just went sideways in all of it because I want those cool brush strokes going that way. Then I just came and cut out. These pieces are for the sides of the mouth. So they'll go up here and over there. And then these are eyebrows, so it could have a little bit of a stacked look. And then this is the backdrop, basically like the door for the dark ride. And it's gonna be painted, I'll base it in black, and then it'll get an orange spiral on it. So I'm gonna base all this stuff in black right now, and then we will start to do the detail painting. I'm also going to paint, you can see the bottoms and tops of the trusses did not get hit, and then also apparently I missed an entire half of this one. I don't know how that happened, but I'm going to paint all that with the black right now. All right, so here's the wall. So next thing I need to do is the orange spiral right here. I need to get everything on so I could put the spiral in the right spot. I'm going to tape it out, so that should be cool. Also need to black out the eyes, and then I'm going to be putting some lights in the eyes. I'm going to get some espresso spray paint in here and hit around all the edges and stuff, because right now it just kind of looks flat. I'm going to put some details on it to give it a little bit more depth to it, but I think it's pretty cool so far. All right, so did my orange swirl. I basically taped it out because I wanted this kind of choppy line. That's on purpose. So pretty much taped it out and then sprayed it. I think I'm going to come back with some black and just sort of hit everything, because there's like an orange overspray on everything. So I also did some brown kind of details over everything just to give it some more flavor, give it some more character. Like I said, I need to get some black spray paint just to spray out the eyes, and then I'm going to put 2 lights in the eyes. This will also have a huge fucking Haunted Hills flashing sign that goes over it, but I think it looks pretty cool. Jalissa and Jen are here doing sponging on orange onto the trusses to give them the rusty look. As you can see, all they're using is some sea sponges and just dabbing away. So they got a lot to do, but hopefully we have enough paint. All right, guys, next project for the parade float and fair booths is like a bunch of technical stuff. So here's what I'm gonna be making. Obviously, I'm here at the HHP shop. Also gonna be working on some orders. Got a few hours, so knock some orders out, work on some stuff for these other projects. Here's what I've got. So for the carnival booth and parade float, I want to make a big like carnival archway sign to go over top of it. It says Haunted Hills on it, has flashing lights, all that stuff. I was looking into getting some metal bent, but it was going to take too long to get it in. So I ordered this thing from Amazon. It's like a trellis wedding arch kind of thing. There it is. I might, because it's a little bit flimsy, and that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. So I might take some flat stock and just stretch it and either screw it or try to tack it to this, give it some extra rigidity. But the ultimate plan with this is to take these 12-inch letters I got and put them along it to spell out Haunted Hills, and then put a bunch of LEDs in it. And then I've got a controller from our friends at Purgatory Props that will make the lights do what they're gonna do. So that's one of the projects. That is one of the other projects. This is our animatronic pumpkin, giant animatronic pumpkin. The mouth moves and stuff. I need to turn this into a DJ stand for the float, and then also that's going to go to the haunted house onto the new stage that we put in. So that has to be done for both of them. So along with that, I've got 5 other projects I have to do that are for the parades and then for the haunt and potentially new products, but they involve these backpack harnesses. So I'm gonna be working on all this stuff starting tonight. It is Wednesday, so I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the parade is Saturday in the morning. So I've got 3 days to get these projects complete. All right, so went through the letters and I'm missing 2 H's and 1 N. So it says that the N is supposed to be here on Monday, which doesn't help me because the parade's on Saturday. And then it says the 2 H's are supposed to arrive between June 27th and July 11th. So I'm no mathematician, but that sounds like they're gonna miss the parades. So I have to make 2 H's and an N out of something to fill the space until those letters get here, when I can like finish this properly. So that sucks. But what I'm gonna do is, they did send me the E. Why is that important? Because if you look at some of the larger letters, they're approximately the same size, which tells me the E is the size of the square they cut these out of, because they're all basically scaled to this. So I can take this and, you know, through what I have, make this into an H by tracing that out. And then I can also use that square to create the N that I need as well. So these are painted, so I'm gonna have to grind this all out, which I want to do anyway because I want this to get some like rust on it. That probably won't rust because it's probably aluminum, or it's just really thin fucking steel. So maybe it will rust, who knows. But these I'm gonna grind out so that I can weld them, because all this shit's really thin. So I need to grind it out to get the paint off, or it won't weld. This shit is really, really thin, so I'm gonna have to bring my heat way down and try to tack it on there. The good news is if I fuck it up, there's a whole other side. I just have to spin it around and I can try something else. Because another way I could do this is just put like some screws in it. I might do that because that might just be easier. Sorry, something is biting me in my ear. Sorry, I blocked the camera. But I might just self-tap these screws on there. I do have to drill a shitload of holes in it to get the LEDs through. But so that needs to happen first. I think what I'm gonna do is work on these guys first, get those out of the way, and that will put me in a place where I can work on the sign with some more space. I'm trying to get some stuff moved around so I can get some space to work. So let's open up the rest of these. All right, so these 4 backpack harnesses, I'm going to be turning them into flying like ghosts. So I like this idea that we have an up close kind of version of our float and then a far away version of our float, and then taking up a lot of the sky, so that we've got like very tall skeletons, stilt walkers, flying ghosts, and then you've got the actors once they're up close, sliding, doing what they do. So you've got these like 2 experiences, as well as the float, the music, the fire breathing, all that cool stuff happening. So these I'm going to turn into flying ghost backpacks. I saw these, or something kind of like these, in the anniversary edition of Thriller. So some of the actors in there had some stuff kind of like this, and I'm going to make something, and they should be pretty cool. So I've got this round stock, very thin round stock. So I'm going to be connecting 2 of those, one each side, to this and that, running up. So you've got these 2 rods going up. Then I'm going to connect something across the top. Then I'm going to connect a few rods for the hands and head. Then we'll put some fabric over it, and that'll be our flying ghosts. So you need to do that 4 times. All right, so here is the frames for these big flying ghost things. The backpack frame's actually welded really fucking nice, so this was kind of easy. Put everything together, got the shapes welded on. I still need to put on arms to come off, so that'll be next. But yeah, this is the general form of what I'm doing. I'm gonna let those cool off and start to work on the arms. Yeah. All right, guys, float update. Here is the float put on, at least all the structures that we built. Skull wall, the trusses. We're still putting together the sign, so that's going to go here in the front, arching up above. Should look very cool once it's complete. We also have the pumpkin podium at HHP that needs to go on here too. Joe's grabbing the audio stuff, getting it all set up so tomorrow it can go on here. But I'm running some lights. I've got 75 feet that should go up, across, and down, and then across this and all the way to here. So the whole thing is covered in lights. And then I've got some Christmas light chasers that should make them flash and do cool stuff. So let's hook it up. All right, got the lights on the booth, went through these options, and again, this is a 75-foot light string off Amazon. I hooked it into a Christmas light controller. So these light strings are usually like fucking low voltage anyway, so you can hook them into a controller, they work just fine. So also works cool for like lighting in your haunt, because you can get these cool effects for like cheap. I think the controllers maybe 20 bucks, like 10-20 bucks. The lights, same thing, 75 feet for probably 30 bucks. So not bad. Just a little quick thing to show you what the lights are doing. And this is the same thing I'm going to be taking to the fairs. It'll just be a little bit more spread out. So we're about to go to HHP and finish up over there. Joe and Dwayne are knocking out the audio. I just heard it. I mean, it's loud as hell.
3 seconds.